Hi guys, Anna here. It's going to be another long video because I've got a lot of topics that I need to cover because a lot of you are still asking me questions about certain things. So I want to do this a long video. So get yourself some tea, coffee, some biscuits, a glass of water, and just chill and just take some notes if you will. And just have a listen, because I find that the things that I've learned during the years of doing spiritual work and spirituality work, and I do only of love and light. I do no negative, low vibrational work. I don't want it. I only do things of love and light, and everything that I've learned has worked for me and for my highest good. And I see the beauty of going with the flow. I'm going to talk to you about some of my experiences in my life. And, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. So what I'll be going through today, I've done a video as well. Please check it out, my past videos. I do talk about crystals and books that I've read and, my life experiences. And I'm sure that a lot, if not most of you, will relate to what I've been through in my past. Or, if you're thinking that you're going through something that is awful, and you hear other people's life stories, you start to think to yourself, you know what, I got it bad, but I have to remember that there are always somebody out there that's got it worse. So it's very humbling, guys. It's very humbling. And then you start to realize and find gratitude for what you actually do have. So anyway, check out my videos. I will talk about it in this one. Again, I'm going to just cover some of the topics that I've covered in past videos, but there are new things that I wanted to let you know. So I'm going to talk about the books that I read. I'm going to talk about manifestations. I'm talk about cutting cords, because a lot of people have asked me, what does this cutting cord mean? So I'll go into that. I'm going to talk about past life karmic situations. If you feel such a connection to somebody, a profound connection to somebody, you don't understand why, and this person is no good, I can tell you, from my opinion, and after the studies that I have, after the things that I've learned, why you could be with this person. So I'm going to cover that as well. I'm going to cover crystals, and I'm going to cover archangels and zodiac signs. So there's a lot to cover, guys. So seriously, pause it, get some water, get some tea, coffee, get a drink, whatever, and let's get started. So when I started my journey, I'm somebody who, when I was in school, I didn't like school. I didn't like studying. Nothing would ever go in. I would get bored really quickly. It was just, I didn't like numbers. I was never good with numbers. I didn't know how to tell the time until I was like 14 years old. It was crazy. I spent the majority of my life, however, in hospital because I've had 4 open heart surgeries. They were all 9 hours long. I was 3 weeks old, 3 months old, 8 years old, and then 31 years old. So, I spent the majority of my life in school. So I had to relearn everything. I was way behind. So life for me in school was just, it just wasn't for me. Nothing ever went in. I was more creative than like the logical, practical side. I was more spiritual, more creative in terms of, I liked music, I like art, I like, anything to do with the right brain, which is all spiritual, painting, just those are the things that got me. And as a Capricorn, I always had this curiosity about the other side, about death. It wasn't that I was scared of it because of everything that I had been through. I wasn't scared of death, and I still am not now, because I know, like, it's the physical body that goes. It's not the soul, because the soul is everlasting. Everyone has a soul. It's everlasting. We're that little spark of the light, the divine God, whatever you believe in. And yeah, I always had this, I don't know if it's a Capricorn thing, but we have this morbid, they say it's morbid, I don't think it is, but this fascination with death. And it's because we believe, or maybe not all of Capricorns, but me personally, we believe that it's not just that, and from my experiences and from all the books that I've read and from my own experiences, I've learned that there's so much more than just you're dead and you're dead and you're gone. No, not even close. And this is from personal experiences, and also personal experiences that my mother has had as well. So we'll get into that. But like I said before, when I was in school, I was not somebody that liked to read. I hated reading. I hated studying. Nothing ever went in. The only time I ever tuned into what I was doing when I was doing my music, when I was doing art, when I was doing drama. These are all the things that I loved. Everything else was like a no-no. So you can imagine I passed all my exams, drama, like art and music, and failed everything else. But yes, I passed all of that because, again, I spent the majority of my life in the hospital because I had my 4 open heart surgeries. But anyway, the first set of books I read, because I didn't like reading. I was somebody that hated to read. I mean, I would pick up a book and check if there are pictures in there because I want to just look at the pictures. I hated reading. And it wasn't until I got into my 30s, I think it was my early 30s, I was working as a telephone operator. And telephone operator where I had to wait for a call, pick it up, and then connect them to wherever they needed to get connected to. Now, I did like that job. However, it was quite boring because if you don't get a call, you're kind of just sitting there. So I'm in a room filled up with these ladies, and some of them are reading books, some of them are doing Sudoku puzzles. I was on my phone, and sometimes I would read the newspaper, or shall I say flick through the papers. Anyway, cut the story short. This is the first time I'd ever picked up a book. My colleague said, "Oh, have you ever read 50 Shades of Grey?" And I was like, "No, what is that? I don't read." And she pulled up this massive book. I'm talking about, it was like this thick. And I was like, "No, I ain't reading. No, I don't read." And she was like, "You need to read it. It's really good." So that was the first time I ever picked up a book and I started to read. And I hadn't read since I was in school because I don't like reading. And I really liked it. I know it's one of those kind of books, but from there is where I picked up my interest in books. But then something shifted. Something really started to shift. And about 7 years ago, I picked up a book on tarot. Now, I've been doing tarot since I was 16, but I never really understood it properly. I was always very attracted to it, very drawn to it. I'd have a deck and then I'd just be like, no, I don't want it. Not because I was scared of it or because anything went wrong. It was like I was interested in it, but my mind was like hanging around with my friends, being young and being silly and all of that jazz. But it wasn't until about 7 years ago, I was like, you know what, I bought myself my tarot deck and I thought, you know what, let me learn. I picked up a book on angels, guardian angels and tarot. And then in this one book, it had crystals, it had things about angels and crystals. And I was so tuned into that. It talks about the Kundalini awakening, which a friend of mine had told me about, my best friend Siobhan. She told me about the Kundalini experience, which I never understood what that was. And she was actually the one that highlighted to me that I might have been having my Kundalini experience. So what happened was, I'm the carer of my mother and I look after my daughter. And we live in this house. And my mother had gone to the Philippines for a holiday because she needed a break. And this is all before COVID. So this is like 7 years ago or so. And my daughter is staying with my brother. So I had this whole house on my own. I have a cemetery behind me. So at night I would hear like woo and howling and all these weird sounds. And in the beginning, when we first started living, it was really creepy. But then after a while, it starts to become soothing. I find it very peaceful over here. I love that my garden is facing the cemetery area because it's very quiet. It's peaceful. It's so peaceful. It's so easy to tune into divine. out there. I mean, listen, you can hear the birds now. It's so nice. Anyway, so I was sitting in my living room and I felt absolute harmony and peace. I was absolutely in my element, reading this tarot book, reading this book about crystals and angels. It was like everything resonated with my soul. So guys, you have to take in what resonates with your soul. The problem here is we all come from up. People will beg to differ, and that's okay. Due to culturing, is it culturing? Due to the culture, due to the religion, due to how our parents taught us, we were taught, it could be religions, we were taught by our parents a certain way, and that way is final. But then as you grow up, you have to take responsibility for yourself, your actions, and what you feel. Our parents can implement certain things to us as we grow up, and that's great, because without our parents, you know, they teach us how to survive in a world that's, you know, crazy. But when it comes to the spiritual side, our parents implement a belief that's right for them, but it doesn't necessarily have to be right for us. You are your own soul. You are your own person. You come into this world on your own. You leave on your own. You don't take your husband, your wife, your children, your mothers, and your uncles and your aunties and your brothers and your sister. You take no one with you. If anyone knows about death and near-death experiences, it would be me, because it happened to me. So that is the education that I got having this condition, because I was born with this condition, and I'm supposed to have my 5th open heart surgery, 9 hours long again. And people say, you know, you look so healthy, or you look so, you'd never think that you had like all of this. Well, what you feel will emanate out into the universe to people, and that's what you create. I always state this fact. Anyway, so I started reading these books, and I just had such a profound awakening. And it was when I was alone in my house. I was reading through the books. I was doing tarot cards for myself. And I felt this jolt of power in my stomach. And it was a divine power. It felt amazing. It was love. It was such pure love. I can't explain it to you. It's like the knowing. It's the awakening. Now, I've always had, when I was a little girl, with all the things that's happened to me physically, I've always had visions. I'd always see something, and then 10 minutes later they will happen. I'll always think about someone, and then they'll call or ring the doorbell. I've always been tuned in like that, and I never thought anything about it. I just thought, oh, okay, everyone has this. Everybody has the ability to tune in. But I was wrong, because of culturing and because of religious beliefs and because of, you know, the way that our parents have raised us. We were taught to think logically and think practical. And, you know, it's all about education, going to school and getting your education and getting a 9-to-5 job, and that's it. No, that's not it. Of course, you need an education, 100%. You need to learn how to read, and you need to learn how to tell the time, and you need to learn how to do maths, and, you know, these things are important. But you also need to make time to learn about spirituality. Now, my thoughts behind religion: my brother is a converted Muslim. My mother is Christian or Catholic, I can't remember. My father's a Jehovah's Witness. When you put these 3 people in a room and they talk about what they believe in, they're not listening to each other. They're talking about that one source, but one is right, the other one is wrong. That's not that's not it. Stop arguing and stop implementing what you believe on somebody else. What you believe is right for you, it doesn't necessarily mean it's right for someone else. And you've got to just respect that. And I find that a lot of people don't. And I'm sorry, but think about it logically. If all religions is supposed to lead to divine, to the light, to love, why are we all at war? This is why I don't have a religion. I believe in all of the religions out there. I respect all of the religions out there. I am all of the religions out there, but I don't specifically believe in one. The Bible saved my life. It did, because I was raised as, I can't remember if it's a Catholic or a Christian, one of those, but I was raised that way. And the Bible has saved my life so many times. But then again, Divine told me I am more than just the pages in a book. I am out there. So I had to go out there. I can't just confine my beliefs to the pages in the book. I absorb all the pages in the book. I'll take what feels right to my soul and my heart. And that's me. That's my journey. I will not force upon my daughter what I believe in. I will tell her what I think, what I feel, and what I believe in. And from there, she's going to find within her own soul what she feels to be right. Now, I am spiritual. I'm not religious. My mother's become spiritual. So my daughter can listen to all of these things from everyone. She can listen to my father, a Jehovah's Witness, get some learning and get some information there. She can listen to my brother, who's a converted Muslim, and get some information from there, from me, from my mum. So she's going to have that world knowledge of spirituality, of religion. And from there, I'm going to allow my daughter to choose. I'm not going to tell her it's this way and I'm right. I will never do that, because at the end of the day, when she goes and she leaves the 3D world and leaves her physical body, I ain't going with her. Everybody's on their own journey. So be respectful of that, guys. Be respectful of that. So books. I'm going to talk to you about the books that I read. Get a pen and a paper, because this is going to be so deep. Now, when you do tarot, you have to learn about astrology. And I have been obsessed with astrology, star signs, since I was a kid. I'll always, if there was one thing I would read on the newspaper, it would be the astrology section, star signs. So I love astrology. Now, everybody is born, everybody chooses, shall I say, oh God, guys, it's too much. I'm already 17 minutes in. There's too many, I haven't even covered half of it. But everybody chooses. You know how this statement, I didn't choose to be born. We actually did. When you delve into spirituality, you will see that, you know, if that is what God, if that is what God chooses for me to have in my life, it's not that. It's you choose to be born on the time and the date. You choose to go through your experiences, and some people will find it hard to believe, because some people are homeless, some people have no food, some people have been murdered, some people have been, you know, worst case scenario. Why would I choose to experience this? It's for the soul's growth, not for anyone else. Actually, it can be for someone else. If somebody gets murdered and the person watching feels empathy and kindness and sympathy, that's learning. If somebody could learn how to forgive somebody who's done such evil doings, that's transcending the soul. Forgiving somebody who does something evil and negative, and learn that you are not the judge. You are not the judge, that the judge is basically yourself. Because if any of you have had a near-death experience, you will see that divine doesn't judge you. The judge is yourself. What I have learnt and what I've experienced is, when you cross over to the other side, and you can ask a lot of mediums, if you believe in them. You don't have to. You can read the books, and I'll show you some books that I've read that led me to understand that the soul really never dies. We are forever being reincarnated into a physical body. Some people might have memories of the past, and why am I afraid of water? Why am I afraid of heights? This could all be past life experiences. But I've completely strayed off the subject because I was talking about astrology. So deep. It's so deep. But we choose the time that we are born into this world. We choose our experiences. Why? Because we are souls learning so we can transcend our souls to the next level. That's how the ascended masters came about. Who's an ascended master? Jesus Christ, Buddha, you name it. These are ascended masters. And that's why we're here. We're here to learn. And the world, Mother Earth, is a beautiful place, but it's one of the most low vibrational places. People are like, this is hell on earth. But you create your world by your thoughts. That's why I always say in all my cards of the day, positive thoughts create positive situations. You choose the time and the date that you were born to have that specific experience. Now, you choose your family. You choose your mother, your brothers, and your sisters. Why? Because there is something within that family dynamic that you all learn something from each other, whether it be forgiveness, compassion, love, kindness, learning how to be patient, learning how to think before you speak. There is a lesson with every connection that we have in our lives. It is as simple as that. We are born here to give love, to receive love, and for our souls to learn and transcend to the next level. Now, I wanted to get in depth with reincarnation because I would have past life memories as a little girl. I would see myself as, a little girl with blonde hair, and I'm like, why am I seeing this? It's all past life experiences. Deja vu. Google what deja vu is. I feel like this scene has already happened. When you have deja vu and you feel like this has already happened, it's because you, before coming into the vessel here, this meat sack, this vessel, when you were a soul up in heaven with God, divine, the angels and the guides and your loved ones, you pre-plan who you're coming in with, what lessons you're going to learn from these souls that are with you, mother, father, brother, uncles, aunties, children, whatever. You're there to learn and to help each other grow for your soul's growth. And you pick your situation, you pick your family so the soul can transcend. People will say, well, why would I pick me being murdered by somebody on that day? And then you could be like, as the soul in heaven, pre-planning your life's path, the blueprint, the soul path. Well, in 1875, I killed you, didn't I? So kind of karma has to kind of balance itself out. All right. So in this time, you're born with me in this time. And then, on something, 20th of March, that's where my exit is. It sounds crazy and you might be like, what the hell? Why? I don't understand it. But again, it's all about learning. It's all about soul's growth. This is why we're here. We're here to help each other grow, whether it's an evil, negative, low vibrational situation and learning forgiveness and compassion and kindness and understanding, or somebody who's so evil needs to learn compassion, love and kindness and, to think before they make moves. We're all here to learn lessons and to teach each other. That's all it is. Your purgatory, your hell is what you make it. So you guys, you need to go on Prime and you need to watch, is it Prime Video, whatever, I can't remember, it's Prime. And you need to watch the afterlife, near-death experiences, afterlife. There are people in there who's had near-death experiences, and some of them say, I went to hell, I was in hell and my feet was burning and there was everybody that was sad and, depressed, and I just felt like it was just low vibrational energy. But that's the purgatory that he had made for himself here in the 3D world. He had shut people out. He was cold. There was no love in his heart. That's the hell that he made. And he would say things like, why am I here? I didn't do anything wrong. I haven't killed anybody. And, please tell me why I'm here. Forgive me for what I've done, if I've done anything. And divine will speak and say, you had all that love to give, but you didn't open up your heart. You didn't even give chances to anyone. You secluded yourself. You kept yourself to yourself, and you had a mission in life to spread the love and the joy and, to give love and to receive love as well. And this person who had this near-death experience repented, and it was like the hand of divine pulled him out of the depth of his own purgatory and back into his body. And he was just like, time to change. It's time to change. The purgatory, the hell that people experience, is the hell that you've created for yourself here in the 3D world. If you are stuck in low vibrational thoughts and feelings, that's where you're going to go when you leave the body. You're going to be, if you were angry when you died, you're going to be that angry person, that low vibrational person. You're going to be that person. That's the hell that you will make. That's the purgatory that you make for yourself. People say God will judge you for the things that you've done. God is an angry God. The God that I believe in, the God that I met when I had my near-death experience and all the negative things that I had done and hurt people, there was no judgment from the God that I met when I had my near-death experience. Same with my mother. There was no judgment. What happens is when the soul crosses over, you go through a life review and you look through the souls. You look through the eyes of the person that you hurt. You will absorb the emotions and the feelings that they felt when you said the painful words. If you were somebody that, let's just say Adolf Hitler, for example. If you are somebody that murdered all these people, you will feel the hell pain that you caused them in the 3D world. You will feel their fear. You will feel their pain. That is purgatory to me. If I'm Adolf Hitler and I killed all of these people and I die as a soul, and I'm going through my life review and I see that I had murdered billions, millions, whatever people, and I have to feel the pain of all those millions of people. But then you have the free will to choose, Adolf Hitler, to repent and to shed your tears and cry and say sorry. Because when you have your life review, you will feel everything physically. The pain that you caused upon those people, you're going to feel it. That is purgatory. That is hell. From the evil words that come out of your mouth to the evil doings that you do, that is purgatory. But divine, your guardian angels and your angels, they don't look upon you with judgment. You judge yourself, and then you have to forgive yourself. Some people go, where is the justice in that? Again, we're here to learn. Our souls came into this world to learn lessons, to transcend, to grow. Our souls will grow either from something negative or something positive. We're all learning here, all of us. When you learn to see the souls and you learn to see, what can I learn from this evil person? Shall I forgive? There was a story, James Van Prague. He is a psychic, a well-renowned psychic medium. He was on, I think, Oprah and the Larry King show. And he stated that a young soul had come through. And he described this young soul and he says to the crowd, listen, I have a young man here. He died in a brutal way. He was murdered. And the mother and the father gets up and goes, yes, that's my son. That's my son. Did he die of this? Yes. Somebody brutally murdered him. Your son is saying to forgive the person. Forgive the person that killed him. No, I'm never going to forgive him. I don't want to forgive him. They took my son at 25 years old. I cannot find forgiveness. You need to forgive him. You need to forgive him, because when you forgive him, my soul is set free and his soul is set free. No, I cannot forgive him. This is what the parents were saying. And then the son said to James Van Prague to communicate to the parents, you have to forgive him, because in a past life, I killed him. Exactly what I said. So karma. If you do not balance out your karma in terms of forgiving, really forgiving from the depth of your heart, soul, mind, and then letting it go, like really forgiving. Even if the person doesn't want to accept your apologies, forgive yourself first and foremost is the most important thing. And then forgive anyone external to you. Forgive, because it sets you free. It will take you away from the chains that bind you. Because to have something hovering over you because somebody's hurt you or you done something bad to somebody, these are chains that are shackled around your feet. And this is things and, heavy stuff that you've got to shift around in your life, spiritually, emotionally, and you clog up your chakras. You really do. And then you get sick. So in terms of astrology, let's get back to the books. This is a good book to have. This talks about your birth chart. Everyone is born sun, moon, and rising. So when you pick your birth chart, when you pick your birthday, there are different planets within your birthday. So you could be, let's say, so your sun sign, for me, my sun sign is Capricorn. I don't know what my moon and rising sign is. I still have to find that out because I was born 40 years ago. My mum doesn't remember what time I was born. The way to find out your sun, moon, and rising sign is to make sure that you know the time of birth and where you were. That's how you find your sun, moon, and rising sign. So my sun sign is Capricorn. I'm not sure what my moon sign or my rising sign is, but I will find that out at some point. But astrology is good. This is a good book because if you are, for example, a Virgo, you can look through the book and you can see all the traits of a Virgo. And when I read the traits of a Capricorn, it was totally me. It made absolute sense. So guys, take a pen and paper, press pause. This is a great book for learning astrology and signs. Now, there's a lot of people out there who doesn't believe in this spiritual crap. That's what they call it. It's a load of crap. When you die, and that's it. No, I'm sorry, it isn't. You'll see that when, it's your time. But I've noticed that a lot of people out there, let's say people who are of logic, the left brain, this is about science, logic, practicality. This is things that I have to see it for it to be tangible. I have to see it to believe it. I have to see it to believe. I have to touch it so I know it's real. If I don't see it, then it's not real. So there is a lot of people out there, doctors, who did not probably believe in spirituality. They were all about the science part of things. When we die, it's all scientific. You're dead, you're dead. The brains, if the brains is dead, you're gone. You're going to come back a vegetable if you do come back. But there are doctors that I found that's connected to spirituality. Now, past life regressions. This is the first book I read. Dr. Brian Weiss. He's a therapist. It says Many Lives and Many Masters, a true story of a prominent psychiatrist and his young patient and the past life therapy that changed both of their lives. So what happens is he hypnotizes his patients. They go into a deep trance, and he basically states this is called a regression, past life regression, which I would love to do, by the way, Dr. Brian Weiss. Past life regression, it talks about going back into time, him putting you into a meditative state, into a trance state, and what happens is you'll be able to float back into time, because time is linear. There's no such thing as time. Time was only created by human beings. The calendar was created by human beings. There's no such thing as time. Time is linear. It's like there is no such thing as time, but we need it, don't we, so we can function. Here in our 3D bodies, we need it so we can function. Dr. Brian Weiss has realized there is spirituality mixed with science. Science and spirituality coexist perfectly. He realized that when he hypnotized this woman, I think she was called Catherine. Yes, Catherine. What happened was when Catherine went into a deep meditative state, an ascended master came through and basically spoke about a son that had passed away that no one knew. It was not on record. But Catherine, as she went deep into a trance, an ascended master was able to speak through her, saying, you've had a son that passed away and your son is okay. And this is when he was like, there's something real here. It's not just about science. There is something deep, something deeper, more spiritual here. There's more to life than what we just see. So Many Lives, Many Masters, amazing book, past life regression. It talks about why people come in, why we're here again together, why we pick each other. Amazing. So another book by Dr. Brian Weiss, Only Love is Real. He puts a woman into a trance, a man into a trance. They don't know each other. They're going through some crazy things in their own personal lives, only to find out that these two separate patients that come in at several different times, completely different times, are actually soulmates and they've known each other from past life. His story correlates with her story, and then Dr. Brian Weiss puts together, pieces together, that these two have known each other. You know, her story matches his story. They must have been following each other. These souls must have been following each other through lives as different people. They played different characters. So one time he was her father in another life. She was his daughter in this life. They met, but they didn't know each other. But anyway, I don't want to give the story away, but this is another book from Dr. Brian Weiss, Only Love is Real. I'm currently reading this. This is just about past life. This is past lives. It talks about children who are abused, why the father was like that. They go back into time and say, you know, a father molested one of his children in this life, only to find out that in a past life he was a boss that was horrible and negative to her, and then he's come back as her father. They learn lessons from each other. He needs to learn how to be more loving and more patient and more understanding. She needs to learn how to forgive these people, this person who has come in as a boss in a past life and now as her father in this life. She has to learn how to forgive and just let it go. Just go with the flow, let it go and understand. So this book gives us such an understanding. It says, Through Time into Healing, Dr. Brian Weiss. So I recommend these books, definitely. It's crazy books, I tell you, crazy books. The chakra clearing. You need to know what the chakras are. Every human body has seven chakra points. The crown chakra, the third eye chakra, the throat, the heart chakra, the solar plexus, the sacral, and the base chakra. So if you cleanse out all of these chakras, and you can get help by the archangels, if you cleanse out all of your chakras daily, as often as you can, what will happen is you clear out negative energy. Because if you are holding an emotion from the past, anything from a past life, and that hasn't been cleared out and released through meditation or even therapy, it will transmute into some sort of illness. It could be heart disease. That's what I have. It could be anemia. It could be diabetes. It could be cancer. It could be whatever, depression, mental illness. If these things are not cleared from your energy centers and it is blocked, you're going to have problems. You're going to have serious problems. So let me this is something that I think that you guys need to take a note on. Oh God, don't tell me it's in the other book. No, it's not. It's here. Okay. So I'm going to just go through this really quickly when it comes to each star sign and what the functions that will affect your specific star sign. So Aries. If you're an Aries, watch out for, you're the baby of the zodiac sign. So it's kind of like, I am me. My daughter is an Aries. So Aries, very headstrong. So you're prone to having headaches or any problems with your eyes. So for Aries, watch out for that area, the head. Again, very headstrong. So you'll have problems with your eyes or headaches. So just keep an eye out for that. Taurus, you're the builders of the zodiac sign. You can manifest, very stubborn. Do not like change, but you like beauty, you like art, you like good food and good sex. You cover the throat area, thyroid, throat problems, speaking, being vocal. Some of you could be singers, speakers, whatever, but you govern the throat area. Aries govern the head. Taurus, you govern the throat. Geminis, you are talkative. You don't shut up. My dad is a Gemini. You talk. You govern the hands, the shoulders, and the arms. Very expressive. You're also the twin of the zodiac sign. So you are quick-witted. You can be fun, but you also are the thinkers of the zodiac sign. You think too much. You're an air sign. Thinking. Air is always moving. You need to learn how to meditate and get yourself centered. Cancerians, you're the divine feminine. Whether you're male or female, you've got that family orientated, very nurturing energy about you, very sensitive, very intuitive. You don't go direct though, Cancerians. You kind of go sideways. You're the crab, right? You go sideways. You govern the breast and the stomach area, so watch out for that. You may have issues with the breast area or the stomach area. So just to go through: Aries, head; Taurus, throat; Gemini, hands, shoulders and arms; and Cancerians, you cover the breast and the stomach area. Leos, very enthusiastic. Some of you could be a little bit narcissistic, not all of you, but you could have that quality. You are very passionate. You like the spotlight. Good hair, Leos. Very good hair. You can be the shy ones at some point, but once you get used to the crowd, you get used to the people around you, you're like the life of the party. And you tell little white lies. But, you know, to make people feel better, I guess. You govern the heart. You have one of the biggest hearts on the planet. Sometimes people don't see it because of your other qualities in terms of, yo, look at me, you know, I'm this and I'm that, whatever. But you've got one of the biggest hearts, so you cover the heart area as well. Virgos, you're the analyzer. You're also the humanitarian, and you are healers. You help people. You also can be very, very cold. You could be cold, and you like to keep yourself to yourself. Very earthbounded, but yeah, you are. You're humanitarians. You like to be of service. But you're also the sign, Virgos, that needs to keep yourself grounded. You govern the intestines, so watch out for your intestines. You need good food that nourishes your body. You're probably on the toilet all the time, but just saying. Oh yes, also Cancerians are the females of the zodiac, very feminine. That they're the females of the zodiac sign. I'm talking about, because you've got the male and the female. Capricorns are the masculines of the zodiac sign, and Cancerians are the females of the zodiac sign. Whether you're male or female, Capricorns, male or female, you're the masculines of the zodiac sign, like the mother and the father kind of thing. Libras love. They like beauty, art. They like to buy clothes. And you can't make up your mind. If you're not a balanced Libra, you're like all over the place. My mother's a Libra. Very fitting. You cover the kidneys, guys, so watch out for the kidneys. Scorpios. Scorpios is one of the most sexual signs of the zodiac. They're water energy, very, very intuitive. You govern the emotions and sciatica. So that's like the top half of your bum. So watch out for that area. Sciatica, the top half of your bum, maybe even down to your legs, but you govern that area. You are, you like to expand your horizons. You kind of got, you do like to expand your horizons. You're very deep. A lot of Scorpios are mediums as well, very connected to divine, very connected to the other side, the souls on the other side. You like to find things out and investigate, but you like to keep things to yourself as well. You're very intense sign, and you could be destructive at times, but you cover the, sorry, I said Saggies. We're not on Saggy yet. We're on Scorpio. You cover the reproductive area. So the reproductive area. So the feminine part and the masculine part. Just in case any young ones are watching, I don't want to say. But the feminine part and the young part, you cover that reproductive area. So keep an eye out on that. Sagittarius is the one that covers the sciatica, the top of the bum, the emotions. Sagittarius. Sagittarius, you also like to expand your horizons. You like to go out there. You're the travelers of the zodiac sign. But you kind of have, is it foot in mouth? You chat, you say something that you shouldn't say. It's like, was it foot in mouth disease? I don't know if that's the right terminology. It's like, what is it? Something vomit. It's like verbal diarrhea. You just speak and then you go, oh shit, why did I say that? Yes, one of my best friends is Sagittarius, and she seriously got like verbal diarrhea. She says things, especially when she was younger. She just say something and then you're like, oh my God, did I just say it? So watch out for that. You cover the sciatica area, so the lower part, like the lower part of the back here, the sciatica part of you, the top of the bum, like the, you know, you might have problems with that. So keep an eye out for that, guys. You also make very good teachers, therapists, and you like to gain a lot of knowledge. Learn. And you have no patience. So you need to also be patient, Saggies. Capricorns, yours truly. It's so funny, right? Okay, so we like structure. We like things in order. We could be a little bit boring. We don't do much. We're homebodies, kind of like the Virgos, but we are, because Virgo is an earth sign and so is Capricorn. So we like the structure. We like things steady. We're very hardworking. We usually get what we want, and we like organization. We're the males of the zodiac sign. We cover the knees and the bones, which is crazy before I knew all of this, because when I went for a blood test a couple of years ago, my doctor said to me that, you know, you produce a lot of red blood cells. And I was like, okay, I don't know, like, what does that affect? And apparently it affects the bone marrow. And then I found out that Capricorns govern the knees and bones. I was just like, put the pieces together. Look out for the synchronicities, the signs and the symbols, guys. Crazy. So Capricorns, you govern the knees and the bones. Don't forget that. Aquarius. You're Aquarius, air sign. You guys are like the scientist of the zodiac sign. You're like the investigator. You like making changes to the world. You're very independent sign. You're one of the most independent signs of the zodiac. You basically need your space. And Aquarius, if you don't like anybody, you don't like someone, you freeze them out. You're like, I might have that in my chart, because I tend to do that as well. It's like, I'm not talking to you anymore, block and delete. That's how I am. So I swear I've got both Aquarius in my chart. So Aquarius, yes, you are the scientist. You are about the circulation system. So the whole thing, the whole body circulation system. Watch out. Make sure that you're, you know, there's no blockages, any vessel vein blockages, because you are the circular system. That's what you govern. Pisces, last but not least. Pisces. You are the psychic mediums of the zodiac sign. This is my sister. She didn't believe it until I told her, and she's like, oh my God, it's true. I have all of these things and these things. And she's just so in the body, you know. My sister, she gets scared of all the spiritual stuff. She's like, no. She'll see it, feel it, hear it, know it, you know, all of the clairs, clairvoyant, clairsentient, audit, claircognizant. She has it all, but she will never listen to it. Sometimes in life she has to go through the things that she needs to go through to finally be like, yeah, okay, so now she's kind of getting in there, and she's like, okay, maybe I am, because I keep getting all these things right. So you're the most psychic signs of the zodiac. Your head is in the clouds. You might be daydreamers. You're also a water sign, so you just don't know how to stop. You're always moving. Water and air, always moving. You govern the feet. Achilles heel, but the feet. Any problems with your feet, you're a Pisces, that's what you govern. So watch out for these things. So I'm going to go through it really quickly here, just a quick run through. Aries, you govern the head, so watch out for headaches. Taurus, you govern the throat, so that could be thyroids, just sore throats. Be careful of things that you say. Gemini, you govern your hands, shoulders and arms, so watch out for that area. Cancerians, you govern the breast area and the stomach, so also watch out for that area. Leos, you govern the heart, so watch out for the heart area. Virgos, you govern the intestines. Libra, you govern the kidneys, so keep an eye out for that. Scorpios, you govern the reproductive area, the male organ and the female organ, so keep an eye out for that. Sagittarius, sciatica, that's the hip, the upper bum. Sagittarius, sciatica. Capricorn, you govern the knees and the bones. Aquarius, you govern the circulation system within the physical body. And Pisces, you govern the feet. So I hope that helps. Back to the book that I'm reading. Crystals are just, it's just so good. Crystals ground you because they're from Mother Earth. They ground you. They've got this protective energy around them. I wear crystals all the time. I've got crystals everywhere because they ground you. And if you're somebody that can't sleep well at night, get some crystals and put it under your pillow. It's so good. It cleanses the energy of the room. Do not get clear quartz crystals to sleep with because it will help you to travel. If you're somebody that's an astral traveler, that's another situation, another video. But if you're somebody that's an astral traveler, this will make you travel, having clear quartz in your room or under your pillow, and you'll wake up going, oh my God, why does my body hurt me? It's because you've been traveling. Lapis lazuli, I have lapis lazuli everywhere. Lapis lazuli, if somebody's ill wishing you or saying negative things about you, basically it bounces off of you and it goes right back to them. Send them love and light. But this is a very protective stone. This also opens up any psychic abilities if you want to tune in. This is, I mean, all crystals do that. It's just, it's too many, guys. It's so many. We've got shungai, we've got rose quartz, I've got jade is very good. Just go on Google. All the black crystals are very good for protection of the home. I've got black tourmaline, shungai, onyx or hematite on my windows. Black crystals are for protection from negative low vibrational energy, so you can use this and put it on your window, all of your windows in your house. To cleanse your crystals, you can wash them under water. Not for too long, but just wash them under water and set your intention. Tell your crystal, I tell my crystal, I cleanse you, and I visualize white light coming from heaven, going through my hands, cleaning the crystal. You can wash it under white light. You can put it in the sun or in the moonlight to cleanse it. What I like to do when I first get my crystal is blow on it, because I put my life force energy into it, and anyone that touched it, it blows out. Set your intentions. Tell your stone you want it to, you want protection, healing, and to fulfill its purpose, because every crystal has a specific power, shall I say. Go on Google. You can go on Google and you can just Google what are healing crystals, what is a crystal for my star sign, or you can get this book. I got this book from The Works in the UK, or you can get it on Amazon. The Crystal Bible. There are so many crystals. This is just Crystal Bible number 1. There's Crystal Bible number 2, and it goes into absolute depth. Yeah, so Crystal Bible is amazing. You can get that from Amazon. All of my books I got on Amazon, guys. So get this one because it teaches you how to clear your chakras. This is the book I keep talking about, Dr. Joe Dispenza, Becoming Supernatural. He talks about how to use your mind to heal the body. The first chapter in this book is about a woman called Anna who was diagnosed with cancer. She had 3 weeks to live. She did the Joe Dispenza course. She got meditating. She was doing it for 3 hours a day. When she went back to the hospital and they did a scan on her, they couldn't find any cancer cells. They didn't understand what she was doing. They'd given her 3 weeks to live. If that doesn't inspire you to buy the book, and I don't know what will. So get this book, because he talks about meditation. He talks about the chakras, but he'll put it into a scientific. He doesn't put it into a spiritual term, because people are like, oh, does it involve spirituality? Yeah, no, I'm not about that. This is a man of science and spirituality, just like Dr. Brian Weiss. These men have put spirituality and science together, and how they both coexist with each other, and how it can coexist with each other. Get this book. What do you have to lose? Nothing, more to gain. Yes. This is a book I highly recommend. I haven't even finished it. It's so big. But where am I? I'm on this bit. And I was like, let me highlight all the parts that I think is important. Dude, all of the whole bloody book is highlighted. That's how amazing this book is. I have shaman ancestors, the shamanic roots. So I'm very into the shamanic beliefs. I love the native Indians. I love the drums. I love all of this stuff. This is a great book to have. Spiritual Unfolding, Volume 1. White Eagle. guys, I don't know what to say. Go on all avenues. Spirituality just branches out into so many avenues, and you take what's right for your soul and what's right for your heart. The book by the Dalai Lama. Listen, if I'm going to go in, I'm going in. Dalai Lama, he's the real deal. What I've been told, he's amazing. He's the real deal. And he's got some really good words to say, and it resonates with the soul. But hey, guys, just take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. I'm also reading Deepak Chopra, The 7 Laws of Success. Another amazing book. I'm reading like 7 books at one time because it's like, it's too much. I need to know everything right now. So I'm going through all of these books at one go. It's so good. Yeah. This talks about how to use spirituality to get all the things that you need in your life. It talks about karma, karmic past, karma, the karmic roots. It talks about all of it. Balancing out karma, sending away any negative karma by forgiveness and by love. It's just such a good book. I mean, again, what do you have to lose? What do you have to lose, guys? Last but not least, Zero Limits. Zero Limits. It says The Secret Hawaiian System for Wealth, Health, Peace and More by Joe Vitale, and it is by Dr. Hugh Lin. Dr. Hugh Lin is a Hawaiian shaman, and Dr. Hugh Lin, so Joe Vitale went on a search for this man called Dr. Hugh Lin because he heard that Dr. Hugh Lin, this shaman Hawaiian man, was able to clear the energy of a mental institution of murderers, rapists, whatever. Now, according to Dr. Joe Vitale, this mental institution was awful. It was like the energy was horrible. It was so bad. And people were tied and shackled up because they were murderers, they were killers, whatever. And when Dr. Vitale went in there, I think he spent 3 weeks in there, didn't really do much. He talks about clearing. It's called Ho'oponopono. I know I had to listen to that on YouTube so many times just to say it right. But this is a practice of Ho'oponopono. Ho'oponopono talks about, that specific center talks about to make things right, back to balance. It's about balancing everything. And Dr. Hugh Lin, this shaman man, they simplified it, and Dr. Joe Vitale asked him simply, what did you do? Did you spend time with all of these people? What did you do? He goes, no, I did clearing. What do you mean? I did clearing. I just cleared out. I visualized the whole mental institution and everyone that was in there. And I looked at their problem like it was me, like I was the one with the problem. And I had to clear out the energy, because everyone that comes into your life, there's something about them that is within you that you need to learn something, and then you need to clear it out. Clear out any negative energy you're feeling. So if somebody comes to you and they're winding you up, you need to sit, stand still and go, why is that person annoying me? What is it about them that triggers something in me that I need to heal? So that's what he did. And I'm like, what? So he goes, Joe Vitale says to Dr. Hugh Lin, so what do you do? Like, what do you say? And he says, I say 4 simple phrases, but I use this, I say it all day, every day. What is it that you say? I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And thank you. I say these words all day, every day. It's clearing it out. Hold on a minute. So are you saying I'm sorry? I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you to the people in the insane institution? I'm clearing myself out, he says. I'm talking to divine. So if I have the mental institution in my mind, I'm saying, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. It really works. So you walk around saying that sentence all day, all night long. Yes, it's called clearing. When you come into a space, you acknowledge the space like it has, like it's a life. We're all energy. Acknowledge the room as if there's there's energy in it because we're all energy. You say, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. Apparently that's all he had to do. And it delves into like people knowing about Ho'oponopono, Dr. Hugh Lin, a Filipino man, which I thought was quite crazy because my mother is Filipino, in this book was saying, I'm a car salesman and I learned about Ho'oponopono, and I went into work one day and I was just saying, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. I was just clearing myself, clearing out the energy of where I was, and I must have made 50 million on selling cars just by saying these words. Every time somebody was talking to me and I was a salesman selling, they were talking, all I was saying in my mind was, I love you, please forgive me, I'm sorry. You're not saying it to that person, you're saying it to divine, to clear out the energy. So when you clear out energy, you bring new energy in. I know, it's crazy. So anyway, listen to this, guys. I was like, this is whatever, man, this is not true. This cannot be true. So I was in the midst of reading this book. I'm on the phone to my best friend. We have this massive argument. My best friend Siobhan is a Cancerian, yeah, and she runs with emotions, and when she's mad, she's gonna hold a grudge for about a week. So we won't talk to each other for about a week, and we've been friends for 29 years now. So I know that when me and her have an argument, we're gonna not speak for a whole 1 week. Anyway, I'm in the middle of reading this book, and it's just so funny that the day that we had an argument, I get to the page of, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So it just so happens, okay, that I get into a fight with this girl, yeah. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I put the phone down and I am fuming. I don't remember what we thought about. All I know is that I was fuming. And I'm like, Anna, get yourself into alignment. Get yourself into alignment. I'm holding my crystals. I'm like, please get me back into alignment. And I'm reading it and I'm like, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me. So I'm saying this out loud. I'm saying it to me. I'm saying it to Shiv. I'm just saying it to say it, just to get me back into alignment. And then I started to calm down. And I thought, you know what? I'm upset, but I'm going to call her. I'm going to send her this. And I thought, I'm not going to send it by text. I'm going to record it. So with a heavy heart, because I was still mad at her, I was like, Shiv, I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And I said it 4 times in this recording. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. And then I hit send. I'm thinking nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to hear from her for a week, but at least I did my part and I feel better for saying it. So I'm reading my book and then ping, and I'm like, look at my phone and it's her. And she went, are you pulling that ritual, are you pulling that stunt on me? And I was like, yeah, but I am sorry. I do love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. And she was like, there's nothing to forgive. And I was like, huh? She was like, there's nothing to forgive. I was like, damn, this worked really quickly. It's like crazy. Put it to the test. I just thought it was weird because 29 years of a friendship, and when we fight, we don't talk for a week. And then all of a sudden I say, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And then she's like, there's nothing to forgive. It's cool. And I was just like, rah, this really works really quick. So hell, I ain't got nothing to lose by saying that every day. And when I do, I'm a successful tarot reader. You know, I'm grateful for what I have. I have life. I'm humbled. It's just so good, you know. So we've talked about the books. We're talking about cutting cords. Cutting cords is about forgiving and then releasing. Really forgiving yourself, forgiving that person, and then releasing. That's how you cut the cord. You can also do it by letter. You can write a letter to the person telling them that you're sorry, or if somebody hurt you, writing a letter and telling them that you're sorry anyway, and then burning that letter. But make sure you write everything under love and light. It doesn't need to be done at a specific time, but burning is very important to cut the cord. And if you're still feeling angry, it means you haven't really cut the cord. It means you need to forgive self and forgive that person. So cutting cords is very important. You can even visualize cutting the cord. And if you need help with that, call Archangel Michael. Archangel Michael is about protection and strength, and Archangel Raphael to heal the situation and to heal you and the other person. And you can ask them to cut the cord as well. And you have to actually visualize a cord between you and the person that you're having issues with, and actually cutting the cord with a scissors and then seeing them float away into the distance in love and light. So that's how you cut the cord. Meditation is very important. 20 minutes a day, 15 minutes a day. If you're not somebody that can meditate because you're too much in your head, monkey mind, go for a walk in the park. And what will happen is you'll start to see the beauty of nature, and you'll start to forget about what you're thinking about. Meditation is getting out of the head and going into the heart space. And when you go into the heart space, you start to see signs and symbols, and you're like, that's really weird. Synchronicities. I saw that the other day in a dream, or I'm hearing music and in the park, somebody's playing it on their stereo, whatever. You'll start to see signs and synchronicity. So meditation is absolutely important. Like Dr. Joe Dispenza about Anna, who had terminal cancer, and she was stage 4. She done her meditation 3 hours a day, and she healed her physical body. That's how powerful meditation is. Meditation is about surrendering your situation, the way that you feel, to divine, and letting divine take care of it. Because there are things that physical body cannot control. And it means that when you can't control these things, it means you need to surrender it to divine. It means you need to go with the flow of life. If you are trying to swim against the tides of your life, and you're swimming against these really high tides, you're going to drown. But if you just surrender your body in these tides, the waves and divine is going to take you where you need to get to, and you didn't even have to struggle. So surrender. That's very important. Talked about crystals as well. Go online, find out all the crystals that you need. I talked about the zodiac signs. So I want to talk about archangels, because archangels are very important. Now, everyone is assigned a guardian angel when they come here. Whether you believe in it, what religion you are, whether you believe in it or not, it doesn't matter, because it's real. It's there. And I'm not telling you to believe in what I'm saying. I'm just letting you know the facts as somebody who's had a near-death experience and who's seen it with my own soul, my own eyes. And I've come back here to teach you about it. Take what you will, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't. Right, guys? But there are so many archangels in the world. Every human being is assigned a guardian angel, whether you're good or bad, or whatever you deem is good or bad. We all have a guardian angel that is trying to coast us in the right direction. But with free will, our egos take the better of the spiritual side. And when, have you ever had that feeling when you're about to go and do something and you know it's bad, and your heart is going, your soul, your intuition is going, don't do it, but you do it anyway, because it's free will choice. You do what you know is bad by free will, because divine blessed all of us with free will to do that bad thing, to say that bad thing, or to not say or do that bad thing. We have the free will to choose whatever we want to do. Anyway, Archangel Michael, he's one of the most, I call him every day of my life. Every morning when I wake up, when I do my readings, and when I go to bed, I call him, he's the archangel of protection. He's the patron of protection and love. He shields your house from like the unseen, like the negative, low vibrational entities and energies that are, because there are energies everywhere. Without dark, there is no light. Everything is a balance, the yin and yang. There has to be dark, and then there has to be light. There's the balance of things. But they say that evil, negativity, evil is but a speck of sand on the beach, but the rest is divine love, humanity, passion, kindness, forgiving. A speck of sand is evil in the beach, and the rest is love. So Archangel Michael is the patron of protection of love. If you feel that there is negative energy around your home or your family or you summon Archangel Michael in love and light, and you ask him to protect your home, your family, and to be rid of any negative energies or entities within this house. And you visualize this archangel slamming down from heaven into your domain, and visualize a white force field around your people, around your home, and nothing can penetrate that vision, because visualization as a soul is very important. Get out of the logic brain and go into the spiritual part of your brain by visualizing it. Archangel Gabriel, he's the one that governs the emotions. He's associated with the elements, like he's associated with the element of water. He calms doubts and helps with anxiety. All of the archangels, the ones that I'm talking about, they all have El, like Michael, Gabriel, Raphael, Uriel, Ragel, Sariel, and Remiel. El represents messenger of God, the messengers of God. So they come with messages, and they come to protect and help. But they can only come if we give them, because we have free will to ask or not to ask. So we can choose to ask these archangels to come in. Same with our guardian angels, to come in and help us with whatever situation, even if it's looking for the keys, if it's anything. Just be in a state of calm and deal with it in the best way that you can, because everything happens for a reason. So Archangel Gabriel, he governs the emotions. He's associated with the element of water, and he calms doubts and helps with anxiety. So call him when you're feeling anxious, Archangel Gabriel. Archangel Raphael, the healer, he's the angel of healing. So I call Archangel Raphael to dwell within my physical body, anyone that I love, to remove any ailments that doesn't serve us for our highest good, to cleanse it and clear it out. And I visualize, again, it's very important. Archangel Raphael is the healer of the heart, the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. He's the element of air, and he helps with projects and focusing. So call Archangel Raphael for that. Archangel Uriel, he is earth element. Archangel Uriel is the earth element. Governs music and greets us at the gates of heaven. And he also, Archangel Uriel also gives us warnings. So if there's an intuitive feeling where you feel like something isn't right, or if you see something that doesn't look right, Archangel Uriel would usually help you to see these things, like any warnings within a dream, or you might hear it, clairaudit, or you might feel a sensation, clairsentient, claircognizance, or like a knowing that something doesn't feel right. That's signs and symbols by Archangel Uriel. So this is the archangel that greets you at heaven's gates, and again governs music, and he's the archangel of warning. So they give you warnings. Archangel Ragel helps to make sure that everyone is well behaved. So I call Archangel Ragel if my daughter is behaving badly, for children, to get everyone behaving properly. So anytime I feel like my mum is winding me up, or my daughter is winding me up, I call Archangel Ragel to make everyone well behaved. He ensures that everyone is well behaved. So for all you mothers out there, if your children are driving you insane, you call Archangel Ragel to dwell within your house and to keep an eye out on them kids, because all of a sudden they start to become really quiet. They're just like doing their own thing, and you're like, what just happened here? That just happened there. Archangel Ragel. Archangel Sariel. Archangel Sariel keeps everything in order. So if you want organization in your life, or in your house, or with the people, you call Archangel Sariel. Helps to keep things in order. I call that in for my daughter. Archangel Ragel and Archangel Sariel, please help to keep everyone well behaved and keep things in order. So Archangel Sariel. Archangel Remiel is the archangel of hope. Also, it would either be Archangel Uriel or Archangel Remiel that will greet you at death doors. Some people talk about seeing the angel of death. The angel of death is not scary. The angel of death is there to catch you when your soul falls out of your body and take you up, take you back home. This is the archangel of hope. So Archangel Remiel. So those are just a little bit of rundown on the archangels that I've studied and that I've learned, and I wanted to put it to the test and have actually helped in my situations. You know, my boy has dystonia, the problems with his bones and his muscles. I had open heart surgery. You know, I send out and call for these archangels when I need them. And they really, really help me, guys. They really, really help me. So I think I've covered most of the topics. I'm really, really hungry now because I haven't eaten. Just a couple of more things. A singing bowl is very good to get yourself into alignment. Close your eyes, hit the bowl, and it just helps you to tune in. Also, negative energy doesn't like this high-pitched sound. They can't stand it. So I always use my singing bowl. It's just such a beautiful sound. Also, I use a tuning fork. This is if I need to heal anyone in my family. You hit the tuning fork, and I kind of put it towards their ears, and I let them close their eyes and just listen to the sound and go wherever the sound takes them. And I also run the tuning fork up and around their body to cleanse their energy. This is also very good for Reiki practitioners. This is very good. Just saying. And also, words are very powerful. Words, people say be careful what you say, because words is spells. When you go to school, you learn how to spell. You are spelling, casting spells. So be careful of what you say. There was a scientist that had done an experiment with water. So what the scientist had done was put negative words on a water bottle, like I hate you, I don't love you, anything that's low vibrational, and then put this word on this bottle, negative words on a bottle, in the water. So there's water in a bottle. And this scientist put some negative words on the bottle. And on the bottle, it would say, I hate you, I don't love you, just low vibrational words. And then the scientist also put words like, I love you, healing, abundance. And what he learned was the water that had low vibrational words attached to it tasted murky, it looked murky, it tasted bitter, it was rank. And the words with love and harmony and abundance and peace and all those high vibrational words tasted sweet. What do you have to lose, guys? I've got abundance, happiness and love. I've got 3 bottles. I don't like using plastic bottles. I prefer to use glass bottles. This is boiled water. And I filter it through a glass filter. And what happens is, when I put the positive vibration words on this water, my family drink it. So I've got one bottle that says health and healing. I've got another bottle that says abundance, happiness, love. I've got another one that talks about financial stability, strength. So whatever you want, put it in your glass bottle, put the words to it, because there are different tastes. If you don't treat your water, because water is sustenance, it heals your body. So you've got to make sure that you love the water that you're putting in your body. So you can do it, you don't have to do it, it's up to you. But this is what I do. I boil my water, put it in a glass filter, filter it out through the glass filter, and I put it in my glass bottle. And what my mother noticed when she started taking, my mum suffered from a frozen shoulder for the better part of 20 years. And I'm talking about, this frozen shoulder was so bad. She was in such excruciating pain. I had to massage her most of the time, and it was draining me to massage her because it was like all the time. And it's not nice when you see someone that you love in such excruciating pain. You're just like, what do I do? Anyway, I learned about this. And I thought to myself, you know what, I have nothing to lose. I'm going to do it. So my mother started drinking from the health and healing bottle. I noticed that when she started drinking it for about a month, she grows her hair, when it grows out, is pure white, salt and pepper. It's not even pepper anymore. It was just salt. I noticed that when mother started drinking it, because I'm the carer for my mum, and I would wash her hair. I noticed that her hair was black. It's so weird. It's supposed to be the other way around, but I noticed that her hair was no longer silver. It was like black. It was like more pepper than salt. And then I noticed that my mother stopped asking me to massage her shoulders, and this is a better part of 2 months now. She hasn't asked me to massage her shoulders, and I'm thinking to myself, it is the water. It has to be the water, because it couldn't have been anything else. I haven't changed anything else but that. So when I pour my water, I look at abundance, happiness, and love. So I know that that's what I'm drinking, and that's what I'm going to emanate out into the world. That's what I'm going to vibrate out to the planet. So try it, guys. You got nothing to lose, more to gain, huh? Also, lavender essential oils. It's so good. Amazon. A few cents I would definitely recommend. What I do is I would get like a handkerchief or, you know, my robe, and I would put some drops onto my robe, and I would literally go, and it's like burning my nostrils, but it seems to connect all the brain cells together. It makes you awake. Anytime I feel like a cold coming on or a sore throat, I sniff this, and I'm telling you, it doesn't come. It happens to my mum. I was like, it can't just be me. I've got to test it on my mum. So I hear my mum go, she's coughing, and I'm like, you know what? Let me test it on my mother. So I was like, Mum, sniff this. So I put some on her handkerchief, and she's like, oh, it's burning my nose. She stops coughing. There and then she stops coughing, because there's something about lavender which is so healing. My best friend told me about this years ago, and I was like, I don't like the smell of lavender. Now I can't get enough. So lavender essential oils, put it in your what's it called? You know, the thing where you put the water in the water and then it comes out. What is it called? Yes, that's the one. I know you're saying it. That's the one. So diffuser. Yes, diffuser. Put it in your diffuser as well as putting it on either your robe and just go and smell it, or put it on a tissue, whatever. But it's so good. Essential oils is such a good thing to have. Sharing is caring, right, guys? So anyway, that's all I have for you today. I've been on here for 1 hour and 21 minutes. I'm so glad if you lot haven't clicked on and you've watched it. I hope I helped you in some way, some form. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you agree or disagree, but try to be kind, guys. For those of you who don't agree with me, it's okay. I send you love and light anyway. If you don't agree with the things that I'm saying, you don't have to tune in. You could easily just log out and go about your business and do whatever makes you happy, okay? Anyway, guys, I'll make another video soon again. I love you all so much. I hope that was very informative for you. See you guys soon. Namaste.